welcome back to my channel. It's your girl latesha-kharizma. To all my new KSQUAD members, welcome. Let's go ahead and jump into this video. So we are back, and today we are talking about the Outre Perfect Hairline True Frontal Glueless Fully Hand-Tied 13x6 Pre-Shaped HD Lace Front Wig. This is going to be Peak 703. I have her in a color chocolate swirl. You can pick this up over at Hairline, and I'm going to leave a link down below as well as a little special discount code for you dolls. So you guys can go ahead and hit that description box below. Use that discount code, save y'all little coins. Shout out to Hairline for sponsoring this video, you guys. But let's go ahead and get into the deets, ma'am. So, okay. I was really excited to try out the True Frontal. Obviously, the 701 and 702 have been pushed back. So I decided to go ahead and get this one because I love me some curly hair, girl. Love me some curly hair. But we are going to definitely talk about this in depth. But we're going to go ahead and jump into the stats right quick. 2 combs in the front, 1 comb in the back with your adjustable straps. This is going to be a curly synthetic hair wig. Length on her is 28 inches long. This is heat resistant, fiber safe up to 400 degrees. 13x6 lace frontal vanish HD transparent lace. Pre-shaped widow's peak glueless pre-attached elastic band, synthetic hair, and this is a curly extra long style. They ain't lying when they saying extra long, ma'am. This is a 28-inch long unit. Obviously, everyone's not going to go for this because it's super long, but the really cool part about this is that you can always cut it. You do not have to leave it at 28 inches. I did that for the sake of the video so you can see how the unit looks. Now, this is how she looked right out the package, ma'am. So you're already going to see, you know, okay, I'm going to have to layer this myself, do a little zhuzh, you know, kind of get it to where I need it to be. But that's how it looks straight out the box, and basically it looks how it looks on the box. Now, before I get into anything as far as density, texture, all that, let's go ahead and just jump right into it, okay? The peak. Okay, so some women have natural widow's peaks, and then some women do not. Some women like their peaks and some women do not. Now, I have noticed on TikTok that there's a trend going around. I forget what it's called, but it started in the UK. Supposedly they're plucking the whole hell out of their wigs to make it look like a widow's peak. And from what I can see, to me, that it's not my cup of tea. I feel like they plucking the hell out the wig. It's like, okay, it look like a rooster. It don't look like no damn widow peak, but that's just me. But that's another reason why I was a little on the fence about reviewing this, because I'm like, what if the peak is too deep and then I end up looking like Eddie Munster, which no. And I have a small forehead. And for small foreheads, this really might not work, you know, because forehead's really tiny. You don't want the peak coming way down here. You see what I'm saying? It's just a bunch of, yeah. But when I took this out the package, I was really surprised to see that, yes, the widow's peak is there, but it's not that deep. Now, on those straight ones, it could be. With the curly one, you can mask it a bit. But if you really wanted to show, you're really going to have to pluck around the peak there and make sure that you lay it down, because this is a perfect hairline. So the hairline is definitely going to have to be laid down, you guys. It's going to have to be glued down. Now, I'm looking where this says glueless at. Let me see. Hold on. Hold on, because y'all know I have to make sure, because I don't be wanting to tell y'all no lie. Okay, it does say glueless on here, so this is a glueless unit. But for that peak, it's going to have to be glued, or whatever you do to get your peak to stay or whatnot. I think it's cool. Like, I could do with or without the peak. It's not a big deal. You can't really even tell it's a peak on here. Going to go ahead and show you guys a close-up of it just so you can get a better look at it. But it wasn't a big deal to me. You know, it's cool, it's cute, whatever. I think that this is really innovative from Outre to even do something like this. Because like I said, there are women and gentlemen out there who like their widow's peaks in their wigs without having to go through all that plucking. You guys understand what I'm saying? So I still think it's innovative on Outre's part. Whoever is over there at the marketing department, they working. They are working. So yeah, I think that the peak is cool. It's not a big deal. I could do with or without the peak. Okay, that being said, first of all, I like the color I'm wearing, but I really think I should have just picked up the color that was on the stock card, the DRFF2/Vanilla Macchiato. I think it would have added more depth to the unit, but I still like the chocolate swirl. It's cute, it's natural. whatevs. As far as the texture is concerned, this is going to be a soft, light, yucky texture. Although this is a lot of hair, the unit is not sitting heavy on me at all. I do have a smaller size peanut head, and I do have my elastic band adjusted because the wig was big on my head. But with that elastic band back there, it is adjustable. So you can adjust it to where it'll still fit you. But even when I did that and put the wig on, since it's a perfect hairline and it is a 13x6 frontal, you have a lot of hair, well, a lot of the wig that is just flapping out. So you're gonna have to do what you need to do, girl, to get that to stay, okay? But other than that, it did fit me pretty okay. So I'm gonna say that this is definitely going to be big head girl friendly. As far as the small and medium head girls, use that strap back there, you guys, to make sure that your unit is nice and snug. With the shedding and tangling on, Miss Lady, you're definitely going to get both because it is a longer unit. But right now, not getting too much. I mean, the unit is super soft. It's very, very soft, not getting too much shedding or tangling at all. It's a really good texture. The density is great. Don't feel tracks going throughout the unit. It's not too thin. It's not too thick. It's pretty much just where it needs to be. And I also like the fact that this looks very natural. It looks very, very natural. So I do like that about the unit as well. We've already sort of delved into the hairline there, but I do want to let you guys know that you can put it behind your ear if you want to, but it's going to have to be glued down. The way that I did it, I just kind of took pieces of the wig and just stuck it behind my ear because there are ear tabs. That part I was kind of like on the fence about, because I'm like, okay, the ear tabs are thick as hell. What if this is a curly wig? I usually like put my curly wigs behind my ear, and I can, but it's uncomfortable. So keep that in mind as well when you are purchasing this unit, that the ear tabs are definitely there. Now, the only part that I have pretty much glued down or melted down is the front where the widow's peak is. There is no other part on the unit where it's glued down or melted down because, as you can tell, you can't see all that. So you don't, if you don't want to melt it, you don't have to. And over here, it's not melted. Like I said, I just have certain things stuck up under my ear there. So for that, it was great. Also, like I said, it is a longer unit, and as far as layers are concerned, you guys, there are not enough layers in the unit at all. I had to sort of put my own layers in it. Didn't put too many because, like I said, I wanted you guys to see the natural length of the wig as far as for the sake of the video. But I did put, I did add a couple of face framing layers as well, just for my own self, because I mean, it does come with face framing layers, but it's not a lot. Like, you can look on the stock card. I think there's like one on this side and one on that side, but that's it. It's not like a whole bunch of layers. So once you really get to cutting and layering this wig, it is going to be a gorgeous, gorgeous unit. Also, like I said before, dolls, this is a 13x6 lace frontal. If you are not familiar with what a frontal is, basically you get 13x6 inch space right here in the middle of the unit to do whatever you want. If you want to go right side, left side, middle, half up, half down, braided, you can. And that's the great thing about this unit. So glad it was a frontal, because had this not been a frontal, oh my God, it would have been an absolute nightmare. So I'm glad that this is a frontal. I opted for a right side sort of flip over. I mean, it's not like parted, but it sort of is. It's not a big deal. Curly units, I usually like wearing them down because they look, for me, more natural that way. But yeah, really happy that this is a frontal. Let's go ahead and jump right into that install, doll. So the install was not hard at all. You would think it would be with all this hair and then frontals and melting and all that good jazz, but it wasn't. I went ahead and cut the lace. I was very careful to cut around the widow's peak there. And I just took a little bit of melting spray and kind of melted down the front a bit. Didn't plug, didn't do any of that. You definitely can pre-pluck if you choose to. But for me, especially with the color, I didn't find it to be like a big deal. But being that it is a true frontal peak wig, you definitely can pre-pluck if you want to, if it makes you more comfortable. After that, I went in with a little bit of concealer. And then after that, I took some scissors and sort of just cut a few face framing layers into the wig, and I was pretty much done. I would have cut the unit more, like I said, but for the sake of the video, once again, I wanted you all to see the natural length of the unit. But other than that, I was done. I was out the mirror like in 15 minutes, you guys. And like I said, the great thing about the unit is that since it's a frontal, it's very versatile. You do not have to keep it long like this. You can have fun with this unit and do what you want. There also is a lot of body in this unit. Being that it's so long, I would think it wouldn't like shake or move, but there's lots of movement in it. Once again, very natural, lots of movement in the unit, which I love as well. Outre does really well with sort of, I would say, transitioning synthetic hair units to getting them to where they can be as natural as possible, especially with curly units, which I believe that could be hard to do sometimes. So it's a very, very natural movement. It flows really well. Okay, y'all, so let's go ahead and get into the pros and the cons of Miss 703. So first of all, let's start with the cons. Obviously, it's a very long unit. I think instead of 28 inches, it definitely could have been like 20 inches long. I would say maybe 24 would have been pushing it, but I would have been okay with 24. 28 is like super duper long. I don't know if they did that because this is a frontal and they wanted to give us enough hair if we wanted to do a half up, half down or other styles. But 28 inches it's a lot of hair, guys. Okay, it's just a long unit. Also with the con, okay, so I thought the peak was cool, but it's like, I don't know, maybe because it's a curly wig, it's like barely noticeable. So I could have did with or without the peak. Not a big deal. It's whatever. As far as the pros are concerned, the pros are definitely going to outweigh the cons. The color stories on this unit, once again, absolutely gorgeous. There's 8 special colors that you can choose from. I also love the texture. It's very soft, very flowy. It's a natural density. That is awesome. And then once again, let me jump back to the cons. The unit is big as hell, okay? So even though you can adjust that with your strap, it's still big. Now back to the pros. Like I said, it's a great flowy unit. It does look natural, and I love the curls. I love the curls. The curls look natural too. The pretty little spiral curls are really gorgeous. It's not a heavy unit, even though there is a lot of hair. It's not a heavy unit at all. I think this is going to be great for fall and winter. So yeah, the pros definitely outweigh the cons. I love that Outre once again is stepping out of the box and just continuing to give us innovative wigs that we can continue to create beautiful styles with. So I'm going to go ahead and give this my charisma stamp of approval. Head over to ebonyline.com and pick 703 up. Okay, you guys, that's pretty much it for this review. If you enjoyed my content today, don't forget to click the thumbs up button and sub to the K-Squad. That's my face popping up on the screen. Take that finger, mouse, whatever you're using, baby, and click that face. Go ahead and sub to the K-Squad. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok and Instagram at latesha-kharizma76. For more beauty and hair related content, I will see you guys in the next video. Stay beautiful and blessed.